A man wearing a mask was sitting in a large meeting room, and on the side of him was his bodyguard. He was also wearing a mask, and on the other side was a Black Panther who was staring at everyone. Mafia King, why have you organized this meeting? A man speaks with his head bowed. You have no standing to ask questions to the Mafia King. The man standing next to that man says, Sorry, Mafia King, I made a mistake. I should not have asked you a question. Saying this, he sits in his place. All the people sitting in the meeting room were well-known faces of the underworld, yet no one had the courage to ask questions to that man. Mr. Why has not Lee come yet? Just then Mr. Lee comes into the meeting room. Mafia King, I'm sorry for the late. Mr. Lee, the meeting was at 8 o'clock and you are coming now? Hearing this from the bodyguard, Mr. Lee clenches his fists angrily, but does not say anything. If the bodyguard was not the Mafia King's special man, I would have killed him by now. The man starts staring at all the people present in the meeting room one by one. Everyone lowers their eyes in fear because the man was looking absolutely dangerous. When the man looks at Mr. Lee, sweating begins to appear on Mr. Lee's forehead. Whoever is doing this work quickly come in front of everyone. It will not be good for him if I bring him in front of everyone. He speaks in his cold and dangerous voice as he stares at Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee gets scared when he sees the man staring at him. Mafia King, I made a mistake. Please forgive me. I have done all this out of greed. He grabs the man's feet and starts apologizing. When the man sees Mr. Lee holding his leg, his eyes turn red with anger and he kicks Mr. Lee with his leg, causing Mr. Lee to fall some distance. The man signals something to Black Panther, which Black Panther understands and pounces on Mr. Lee. Seeing the Black Panther above him, Mr. Lee starts screaming in fear. The panther becomes angry after seeing Mr. Lee shouting and is about to raise his paw to attack Mr. Lee when he hears the man's voice telling him to stop. Kara, stop. Kara is the name of the panther. When Kara listens to that man, she stops. Do you remember Mr. and Mrs. Yun? He spoke so softly that no one present in the meeting room could hear. Who are you? The son of both whom you orphaned. When he said this, his eyes were full of anger, which made Mr. Lee tremble. He was none other than Kim Taehyung. Please forgive me, I made a mistake. He keeps asking Taehyung to spare himself, but Taehyung does not listen to him and goes and sits on his seat. When Kara gets Taehyung's signal, she attacks Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee's screams echoed in the meeting room for 1 hour. No one was looking in that direction due to fear, but Taehyung was looking at Mr. Lee with his angry eyes. Taehyung's heart melted, relieved every time Mr. Lee wailed. After some time, the meeting room becomes completely quiet. Taehyung looks at the direction where Mr. Lee's blood had just fallen and gets up from his seat and walks out of the meeting room, followed by his bodyguard, and Kara also leaves. How dangerous are the bosses? That is why he is known as the most dangerous mafia king in the underworld. Two men were talking to each other. He comes into your room while you are sleeping and starts caressing your hair. Sorry, my love. Actually, Taehyung fell in love with you only when you were asking for his help. Before he can say anything else to you, the man grabs your hand. Taehyung's eyes get angry after seeing this. He became so obsessed with you in an instant that he brutally killed the man holding your hand and all his bodyguards. And he proposed contract marriage to you. He knew that you would agree to his proposal because he found out about you within a minute. Even thought he made the contract marriage paper for someone else. When he saw you, he fell in love with you and decided to have a contract marriage with you. I love you. Saying this, he makes you sleep on him, and after hugging you, he falls into a deep sleep. When you woke up, you were alone in the bed because Taehyung had already left your room. You were having breakfast when Taehyung comes. When you see Taehyung, you get attracted to him because Taehyung was looking very handsome in a black suit. When Taehyung sees you attracted to him, a smile appears on his face, but he quickly hides his smile. Looks like my magic is working on my wife. What happened? He says, waving his hand in front of you. You were so lost in looking at Taehyung that you did not realize when Taehyung came over to you. Did you say something? Where is your attention? He asks you teasingly. My attention was nowhere. Saying this, you start eating breakfast. How can I be attracted to him after he scolded me yesterday? Today I will drop you to the hospital. No, thank you, Mr. Kim. You don't have to worry about me. You said this angrily because you were hurt when Taehyung asked you to stay away from his life, saying that you are just his contract wife. Are you angry with me? No, I'm not angry with you. Then why are you refusing to let me drop you to the hospital? You told me I'm just your contract wife, so why are you worried about me? Sorry, I was angry yesterday and I took out my anger on you. You don't need to apologizing to me. I should apologizing to you because as per the contract I have crossed my limit. Please forgive me. From now on I will never try to know about your life. You say all this without showing any expression on your face, which hurts Taehyung. Princess, sorry, I did not mean to hurt you. Saying this, he tries to hold your hand, but you pull your hand back. Princess, listen to me. I'm not your princess, so don't call me that again. Saying this, you start leaving from there, and Taehyung starts following you. Princess, wait. Taehyung was telling you to stay, but you leave the villa without listening to him. Taehyung goes to the office angrily. David, do you know why is the boss is so angry? Apart from being David's Taehyung's personal bodyguard, he also handles Taehyung's underworld work. I don't know why is the boss so angry today. You are with the boss all the time, then how come you don't know why the boss is angry? After the meeting yesterday, I dropped the boss off at the villa. After that, when I met the boss in the morning, the boss was already angry. How did the company suffer so much loss in this year? Daniel and David get scared when they hear Taehyung's angry voice. Boss, only one project has lost, all other projects have made profit. A manager speaks fearfully. So you think this loss is a little loss? Hearing Taehyung's dangerous voice, the manager started sweating. Daniel, yes, boss. I don't want to see him in the office from tomorrow. Boss, please don't fire me. The man keeps crying in front of Taehyung, but Taehyung does not listen to him and calls the guards. The guards take him away from the meeting room. Seeing Taehyung so angry, everyone present in the meeting was praying for their job security. Wayne, you assist me very well today. I am impressed by your work. Thank you, sir. Actually, today you were assisting a senior doctor, and that senior doctor was Jung Ho. You will be a very good doctor. Saying this, he puts his hand on your shoulder, then someone pulls you into his arms. Taehyung, what are you doing here? Stay away from my wife or you won't survive. Taehyung speaks while staring at Jungho. Jungho gets scared after seeing Taehyung's angry eyes. After Taehyung threatens Jungho, he picks you up in his arms and walks away from the hospital. David and Daniel following Taehyung. What a dangerous man he was. Jungho could not see Taehyung's face because he was wearing a mask, but Taehyung's eyes were enough to scare Jungho. Taehyung throws you on the seat and turns on the car partition. Seeing Taehyung so angry scares you. Why is your eyes so red? You speak scared. Princess, I told you that you will not get close to any man, so why was that man close to you? He asked through gritted teeth. Seeing Taehyung so angry makes you tremble with fear. In fact, when Taehyung saw Jungho's hand on your shoulder, his obsession with you made him unable to tolerate anyone else touching you except him. You are misunderstanding me. I did not go close to him. Then why did he put his hand on your shoulder? Taehyung did not want to be angry at you, but his obsession with you made him angry even though he did not want to. Sorry, you start crying. Taehyung sees you cry. His anger disappears, replaced by concern. Sorry, princess, please don't cry. He tries to calm you down by hugging you, but instead of calming down, you start crying even more. As soon as your eyes open, you see Taehyung's handsome face in front of you, seeing which you are about to get up in panic when Taehyung holds you tightly so that you can't get out of his arms. Princess, I'm feeling sleepy. Please don't go. Saying this, he hid his face in your neck and fell asleep again. Your heart started beating faster when you heard Taehyung's sleepy voice. On top of that, he was so close to you. After some time, when you feel Taehyung's deep breath on your neck, you try to free yourself from Taehyung's arms, but you can't because Taehyung held you tightly. Princess, you can't free yourself from me, so don't try. He speaks without opening his eyes. Was not he sleeping? You get goosebumps when you feel Taehyung's deep breath on your neck again. What are you doing here? You should have been at home. Lily is your friend. She knew all about you and Taehyung. I left his house and from today onwards I will stay with you. And why did you leave his house? I don't want to talk about it. Saying this, you sit on the couch. But I want to talk about it. Before Lily can say anything else to you, the doorbell rings and Lily goes to open the door. Mr. Taehyung, where is Wayne? She is inside. Hearing this, Taehyung comes inside. Lily also comes inside. Princess, what are you doing here? Taehyung says a little angry because he was in the office when he got a call from the villa and was told that you have left the villa. You were laying with your eyes closed when you heard Taehyung's voice. You opened your eyes. What are you doing here? Taehyung does not answer your question and goes to walk out of the apartment carrying you in his arms. Lily just watches you to go. Leave me, I don't want to go with you. Saying this, you hit his chest, but Taehyung did not let you go. Actually, you also fell in love with Taehyung, but you were afraid that Taehyung might leave you after the contract ended. So you left his villa to get away from him. Princess, just shut up. Saying this, he leaves you near the car, and then his eyes fall on your chest where the red laser was falling. Seeing which, he comes in front of you, and the bullet hits Taehyung. Taehyung was undergoing surgery, and Taehyung's entire family was standing outside worriedly, and you had made yourself worse by crying. Everyone was trying to calm you down, but you were not calming down. When don't cry, Taehyung will be okay. Then the doctor comes out of the OT. Doctor, how is my grandson? Operation was successful. Can I meet him? You can meet him after he regains consciousness. Saying this, the doctor leaves from there. When you come into the room, You see Taehyung sleeping on the bed. Seeing this, tears fall from your eyes, which fall on Taehyung's hand, which wakes up Taehyung because Taehyung was not asleep. He just had his eyes closed. Why are you crying? He said angrily. I was just scared. You said, holding his hand. Why were you scared? You did not say anything. I love you. Please don't leave me and go anywhere. When you heard this from Taehyung, tears fall from your eyes. You won't leave me after the contract is up, right? I destroyed the contract paper. He speaks by pinching your nose. Hearing this, you hugged Taehyung. Taehyung hugged you too. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.